Thank you so much for joining me. I'm delighted that you're here today because there's going to be a lot that you're going to learn that will help you in your career. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a presentation with you so that you can follow through all the valuable insights I'll be sharing with you today. So let me share this screen. Here we go. So you'll be able to see this very clearly. You know, too often we go through our lives not thinking enough about what we really want. And too often what happens is it ends up being a bit like Groundhog Day. Day after day, we get the same thing over and over again, and it's not what makes us happy. So what I want to focus on today with you is to how to get clear on what you really want in your career and stop going around in circles, stop feeling frustrated and stuck in your life. So you're in the right place, absolutely in the right place if you're thinking of making a career change. And so many people are, especially after, the difficult time that everyone's had with COVID. But you want to do something different, but you don't really know what else you can do. Or you know it's time to take action and do something about your career, but you just don't know where to start. And perhaps you've been looking for a new job for a long time and it's just not happening for you, and you don't know what you're doing wrong because you just don't have that clarity of purpose. Perhaps you don't know why you're not 100% happy in your job. I mean, the job could be fine, but you're just not feeling it. You know, that little feeling of dissatisfaction. Or perhaps you want to get clear on what will really make you happy in your job and your career, and also your life too. Now, who am I and why should you be listening to me? I'm a career management coach and I've been coaching for over 20 years, 21 years now in Singapore and Sydney. I'm the founder of the Careers Academy because I'm on a mission to make careers guidance accessible and affordable to all who need it. And I'm also the author of Navigating Career Crossroads, which is this book that I wrote to help everyone who's feeling stuck in their career as well. And I was delighted because it was a finalist in the Australian Career Book Awards. And I've been awarded LinkedIn Top Voice because I create a lot of content to help people in their careers. Plus, I'm the host of Your Career Podcast. Do listen to it. You'll find it on iTunes or Spotify. And if you just ask for or look for Your Career Podcast with Jane Jackson, you'll find it. There's lots of career advice and guidance there for you, and interviews with amazing professionals who've made fascinating career changes. Just go to janejacksoncoach.com and you'll find a wealth of resources that I have for you as well. So write that down so that you can refer back to it after this session. Okay. So what people have said about my coaching services and working with me, for example, Gwen said that she went through redundancy and Gwen was over 60. Okay, so you're never too old to reinvent your career. And she was concerned about looking for a new job at her age, and I helped her to get the first job that she applied for. Doesn't always happen that you get the first job you apply for, but she was very, very well prepared. So I was delighted at her success. And I've also helped Lorraine on how to identify her strengths, her values, and what has been most important to her. And you know what? Having an accountability buddy and a sounding board when you're going through self-assessments is so helpful as well. So I enjoy working with my clients who are really lovely, and many of us become good friends. So today, what you'll learn is how to get clear on what is most important to you in your life and your career. You will find out what you've got, those tools that are transferable, the skills that are transferable, and to avoid the deadly mistakes that will make you choose the wrong job. You don't want to get into a role that is not satisfying, doesn't make you happy, because if that's how you feel now, let's not go from the fat into the frying pan. Let's go to something better. Okay, so how do you gain career clarity? What you need to do is to understand, where are you in your life right now? You need to take stock, like take an inventory. Okay, you also need to identify what you're tolerating in your life. What is not acceptable? What is really dragging you down, perhaps without you even realizing it, because you haven't taken action to do something about it. And if you identify what really drives you, your true career and personal values, you can follow them. If you don't know what your values are, how can you know if you're following them or not? Yes. And what satisfies you and what dissatisfies you? But not only that, why does it dissatisfy you? Why does it satisfy you? Because that is much more telling than just the what, if you know what I mean. So find out what your transferable skills are as well, because we've all got skills. We've all got skills. But if you're thinking about making a career change, what are the skills that you can highlight that are already needed in the new direction that you would like to target? Once you get that clarity. So you need to be able to talk about those skills. And also, I want to know how much you enjoy using those skills. Then you must create a mission statement so you can leave a legacy. If you don't know what your mission is in life, how can you leave a legacy? Okay, you know, having a mission statement is a little bit like having a compass to guide you, you know, that North Star, perhaps, if you'd like to use that analogy. I have a mission in life and it drives everything that I do in my career. And that mission is to make careers guidance accessible and affordable to all who need it, no matter where they are in the world. And everything that I do is to make that possible. That's why you're listening to this particular webinar right now too. Okay, so think about your life inventory. This is number one. Take stock of your life. You need to figure out where you're at in your career so far. Where have you been? What have you done? What have you enjoyed? What's good? What's bad? Write it all down. Also, take stock of your finances. And finances include so many things. It's not just how much money you have in the bank, but also, do you have a financial plan? Are you saving enough each week or each month? Have you updated your will? Do you have a will? All these things will impact you financially. So you need to take stock of where you're at in your finances right now. Then what about your relationships? Is there any unfinished business? Are you happy? Are you unhappy? Are there some people you need to speak with in order to improve those relationships? Because if there are relationships that pull you down, you're never going to be 100% happy, are you? So you need to really make sure that you are with the people who can lift you up and analyze your current situation so you can do something about it as well. What about your home environment? And we all need to live somewhere that is conducive to good sleep with light and hopefully, you know, a nice outlook, you know, maybe looking on some greenery or a bit of a view or something that just makes you feel comfortable, because our home really is where we go to rest and relax and recharge. So it needs to be somewhere that you feel comfortable in. So, you know, is it neat? Is it tidy? Is there rubbish everywhere? Have you had it cleaned recently? Think about your physical environment and what is it like? And then, of course, your health. Do you take care of your health? Have you had a regular checkup for your eyes, for your teeth, for your skin? Do you exercise? Do you eat well? Do you have a health and fitness regime that you follow? Just so that you can really be the best version of yourself physically. Because if your physical and mental health is in a good position, then you're going to feel more energy and more confident to really reach for those goals that you're looking for. Okay, so let's go through what you're tolerating. Just talked about the life inventory that you need to take. The next thing is, what are you tolerating in your life? What are you putting up with? Are you putting up with bad behavior from others? Are you letting it slide and it really annoys you? Are you putting up with things that don't work, situations or equipment? You know, if there's something that's broken, go and fix it, because there's nothing more annoying than when something doesn't work and it bothers you every day. It drags you down and it drains your energy, doesn't it? So have a think about what doesn't work in my life. Okay, physical things as well as emotional things, and what could I do? You need to come up with a strategy to overcome the things that don't work. Sometimes you need someone to talk to assist you in that area as well. But take action if you're not happy. What about unfinished business? Is there stuff that you have let slide in your life and you know full well that you need to finish it? saying sorry to some people that maybe you've hurt in the past, having a really open conversation with someone who you just feel you can't let go of, or you just want to make a situation better. What is the unfinished business in your life that needs to be taken care of? Write it down. You don't need to take action now, but once you become aware of it, you quite naturally will start to take action. And what about your unmet needs? Do you state what you want? Or do you just take it and take it and take it and don't say anything and wish that people would just magically understand what you need? Think about your needs. If they're unmet, you need to speak up and talk about it. This really is something that I had to learn myself, because I'm a naturally caring person and I tend to look after other people. And very often I forget, or I just don't ask for what I need as well. And then a number of years ago, when I realized, hey, I have to speak up too, it's made such a difference, because now there's open communication and everybody is happier as a result of it. So think about your own needs. What about cross boundaries? You know, sometimes at work, how people get too much into your personal space, or people ask more and more of you and you don't know how to say no. Do you allow that to happen? Do you allow people to cross boundaries? Analyze what you're tolerating. Write it all down. I actually have an assessment to help you with your tolerations, and I'll tell you about that later, but you can do this on your own as well. Okay. Now, what about your own behavior? Do you have bad behavior that you're not happy about? Maybe you're smoking and you want to stop smoking and you're really annoyed with yourself that you keep smoking and smoking and you don't want to. Or it could be something else. Maybe you've got another bad habit that you would like to get rid of. What behavior of your own are you tolerating? Food for thought, isn't it? Now, your core values. This is so important, and it really is what drives you. Our values guide us throughout our lives. We need to identify what the values are that drive us and what's important for us, so that we can create the life satisfaction that we desire, as well as career satisfaction. How important is each value to you? It's not good enough just to list the values that drive you. I want you to seriously think about it. And what you can do is you can get some post-it notes, you know, like these little post-it notes, and write down each value, and then move the values around and think, okay, which one is not so important? And eventually you'll come up with a list of the top priorities, you know, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in order of importance to you. And then you know what is negotiable or not negotiable, what is not to be compromised. Once you prioritize your values, that's when you're able to really make the right decisions for yourself as well. Acknowledge which values are not being met right now. Maybe you are deliberately compromising a value because there is a need to. Maybe, for example, money and, you know, high earnings potential is not a driver for you, but you've just taken out a mortgage for a house. So of course, money is going to become a driver because you need to make your mortgage repayments. So for that period of time, money will become a much higher value for you. So have a think about, you know, what values are not being met right now. Are you compromising a certain value because of a certain need as well? We can always have a discussion about this together. So always make values-based decisions, because you cannot go wrong. If you're true to yourself and every decision you make is in alignment with your values, it's always the right decision. Okay, so your work satisfiers. What is it that satisfies you in a working environment? What are the elements of a job that are satisfying? And not only what makes you feel satisfied, but why makes you feel satisfied. The why is more important. And this is what I really like to focus on when I'm coaching my clients. Consider your work environment. What is it about it that makes you feel satisfied or dissatisfied? And why? If you're dissatisfied because you don't have a window to look out of, why is that important to you? Maybe fresh air, being outdoors, being able to just ponder while looking at the sky is something that really makes you happy, perhaps. Or maybe it doesn't matter to you and you don't mind being in a darkened office somewhere just looking at your computer. Everyone is different, but consider what's satisfying to you and what isn't. Then what about the form of employment and the flexibility? Gosh, after the past few years of COVID, people have realized working from home is almost like the new normal. And many people want more flexibility. They want to be able to work from home. Others prefer to be in the office. What's satisfying for you and why? What about your job function? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Why don't you like it? Why do you like it? These questions are important in order to get the clarity you need to make the right choices moving forward. And all important are the people that you work with, the manager you report to, the team environment, what that culture is. You know, a mismatch when it comes to cultural fit can make you feel quite uncomfortable or unhappy. So understanding the type of manager that will motivate you. Maybe you want someone who's going to be a bit more hands-on to guide you, or maybe you prefer autonomy and you don't want to have a micromanager as a boss. You know, everyone has a different preference. So you think about what satisfies you and what doesn't. And all of your personal preferences, just consider those as well, because we all have specific needs. Until you document them, you might not take action to make them be fulfilled for yourself. Preferred skills. Now, this actually is something that I work on a lot with my clients. Identify what it is that you are highly competent at doing. So high competence level. But in addition to that, what about the high enjoyment level? Because if you have high competence level, high enjoyment level, that's the sweet spot. And that's when you can get in the flow because you're enjoying doing something so much, you don't even notice when the time goes by. And also think about, what skills do you have that you think could be better? What needs improvement? Write them down so you can take action. And also, what would you like to develop that will help you in your career as well? You need to do some research and you need to think about, oh, I need this skill and I need that skill. And it could be a technical skill or it could be a personal capability or aptitude that you need to develop. And for your own personal enjoyment, what are the skills that don't have to be work related that you'd love to learn? That could be, maybe you want to learn guitar, or you want to be a bit more creative and start painting or watercolor or acrylics or oils or pottery, or you want to learn a new sport. Think about the things that really would make you happy, but you've never made time for them. So many people say, I don't have time for that, Jane. But you know what? We all have 15 minutes during the day to do something. And even if it's just 15 minutes to bang away on a piano just for fun, because it's going to relax you, do it. Give yourself that time, budget it into your calendar, because then it will happen. If it's in the calendar, it will happen. Now, finally, what is your mission in life? You need to think about, you know, when you're gone, we've all been given a certain amount of time on this earth, but once you're gone, what would you like people to remember about you? What sort of legacy would you like to leave on this earth? Because we want to make sure that our lives were worthwhile, yes? And so far in your life, what have you achieved? What are you proud of? Write that down as well, because we've all done things that are good, and we've all done things or have not done things that we would like to do just yet. And so let's reverse engineer it. Think if you're in your 90s, you know, towards the end of your life, and you look back on your life, what would you like to have achieved? If you haven't achieved everything that you would like to have achieved by now, then now let's start thinking about what you want to achieve, because then you'll have goals. When you have goals, you can work towards them, and it gives us a sense of purpose as well. Think about your mission and what is it that you would like to leave as a legacy. Okay, when you're gone, what do you want people to remember about you? What have you achieved in your life so far? And when you're in your 90s, what would you like to have achieved so that you know you've had a life well lived?